Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to the lecture number 2 of the Swift course that we are studying. And I hope you guys have seen the lecture 1 because it contained some very important basics of Swift. Now, in this video, we are going to talk about containers in Swift. As the name suggests, containers are the data types or data structures that will hold another data. We will see what different type of containers Swift have. But before that, let's talk about what this line is. Import cocoa. It was a default line, right? It was a default line. But what exactly it is? So cocoa is basically a set of frameworks that are required to build Mac OS apps. But currently we are not building anything, so we can clear this line and then also our code will work absolutely fine because we are not using any framework, right? So we can obviously clear that line. Now let's talk about the very first container that I am going to cover in this video, that is an array. So what is an array? It is a ordered collection of data. It is a ordered collection of data and the array in Swift holds the value of same data type. Now let's just see how to declare one. I'll do var. Let's just say I'm creating a names array. I'll do names array. And now here I will declare the type of the array. And let's just say I'm creating an array of string. So what I did, I created a var names array and then inside the square brackets, I declared the data type of the values inside the array. Let's just say my array is this. Now, I can simply print the array and I will see the output in the console. Now, this was one way of declaring an array, but I can also declare an array in a different manner. For example, I can do something like this. I can declare an array in this way also. Now also the code will work. So these were the two different ways of declaring an array. And the most common way that people use was the previous one. We declare array simply like this. We can obviously access the elements of the array by using the number notation. Just like they are available in other languages, I can do something like names array 0. I can obviously print it. And here I got Dhruv in the console. Now how to iterate over arrays? We can use a for loop and I can do something like for name in names array. I can do something like for name in names array and I can do print name. So I got Dhruv, Rohan and Yo-Yo Honey Singer. So this was one way, and obviously I am going to talk about the loops in the future videos. We will go into detail of for loop and other loops that are available in Swift. But this is just a gist of how you can iterate over an array. Now let's just talk about the another container in Swift, that is dictionaries. So what basically is a dictionary? It is just a collection. I can write it like it is a unordered collection of key value pairs. So, hey Dhruv, what is a dictionary? Unordered collection of key value pair. Unordered collection of key value pair. That's the answer. So now how to create a dictionary? In order to create a dictionary, we use, let's just create one for the better understanding. I will create a dictionary called marks and then we have to specify the data type of the dictionary. Now, how to specify the data type of dictionary? So we will use the square bracket again and the first value will be the data type of key and the second value will be the data type of value. Again, we will use var, we will use the name of the dictionary that we want to create and then we have to specify the type. Inside the type, we are going to use a square bracket, and the first value will be the data type of the key, and the second value will be the data type of value. So I am creating a dictionary of string and string. So I will create a dictionary called marks, and it will look something like this. Not string, I want to create a dictionary of string and integer. Sorry. Right. So this is my dictionary, and I can print it once. And here is my dictionary. Now, again, this was one way of creating a dictionary. I can also create a dictionary like I can create a dictionary like this also. But the most common method was the previous one, so we are going to stick with it. Now, how to access individual element in a dictionary? We can do something like this. We can pass the key here in order to access the individual value of Dhruv. But this will not work. It is because Swift provides a optional. Because what if we provide something like Dhruvi? Dhruvi is not inside the dictionary, right? So we won't be able to access it, right? We get nil. So when we pass in the key, Swift returns the optional, saying that we cannot directly access this element because it might not exist inside the dictionary. So the easiest fix will be providing a default here. So let's just say I provide a default -1. Now I will be able to access the value of Dhruv. What if now I add Dhruvi? I get -1. We could also fix this situation by using optional binding, but right now, currently in this tutorial, I would not like to talk about the optional binding. So we can fix it by providing a default value. All right. Now let's just print a dictionary once again. I will print the dictionary marks, and I get this. As I talked about, that dictionary is an unordered collection of key value pairs. We can clearly see here, because at the time of declaration, Dhruv was the first one, but here Mohan is the first one. So we can see that dictionaries are the unordered collection of key value pairs. It does not follow any specific order. Okay. Now, how to add more values? For example, here I can do marks of, let's say, Sham. I can do marks of Sham as 82. And now I will print the dictionary. So I get the marks of Sham as 82. We can add a new value in this way. We can also change the existing values. For example, I want to change the marks of Dhruv to 97. I can do it. And now when I will print, I will get the marks of Dhruv as 97. And you can see the order also changed. All right. Now how to delete a key? In order to delete a key, we can simply do something like, let's just say I want to delete the key Sham. So I can do something like marks of Sham, and I can simply set it to nil. Nil is a special data type in Swift that represents the absence of a value. So when I will run this code, the key Sham will not be there in the new dictionary. Now, how to iterate over the dictionary? We can iterate over the dictionary by using a for loop. Again, I am saying that I am going to cover loops in the future section, so you can also skip this part, but I want to talk about how to iterate over dictionaries. So I can use a for loop, and I can do something like for student marks in marks, and then I will do print the marks. So I have to first, I want to print the key of the student marks first, and then I want to print the value. So here I get the marks of the individual students. So this is one way we could iterate over the dictionary. Okay, so now we are going to talk about tuples or tuples in Swift. What is a tuple? So you can think of tuple is a way in Swift of grouping the different values to a single unit. Let's just see that in action for the better understanding. So I will create a tuple, and let's just say I am creating a tuple called TP, and here I can group different values inside it. Important thing to notice that we use the parentheses here, not the square brackets. So I can add the values, and they can be of any data type. So I can use different data types inside a tuple. So I can do something like Dhruv, and I can do something like 95, and I can also do something like true. Now this is my tuple. I can also print this tuple, and here I get. Now you will ask me that, Dhruv, we are not providing the data type here. The reason that we are not entering the data type here because we want Swift to infer the data type. Why? Let's just hold the option and click here. We can see that Swift automatically understands the data type, that the first value inside the tuple will be a string, and the second is integer, and the third is boolean. So if, for example, I add my surname here and then I click here, I can see that the fourth value should be string. So when we are creating a tuple, specifying the types beforehand will be a pain. So according to me, we can skip that part, and we can let this Swift to intelligently infer the type for us. It will reduce our work. Now, how to access the individual elements in the tuple? We can access the elements by using dot, and then here we can provide the index. So let's just say I want to access the 0th index. So I will get Dhruv in the console. Here I can access the second element, and I get 95. So this is one way we can access the tuple. There is also another way, but in order to use that way, we have to create a tuple in a different manner. Now let's just see what I am talking about. So we can create something like named tuple. So I will also call the tuple as named tuple for better understanding. I can do something like this. I will copy this here, and here I can do something like name. Here I can do marks. Here I can do university student. And here I can do surname. So we can also create a tuple like this. Let's just print the tuple. Okay. So we don't have to add the commas here. Now it should work fine, and I want to print the name tuple. So let's just see what we get. So this is our name tuple, right? And now in order to access the individual elements, I can do something like this. I will get Dhruv. Also, I can do something like this. Here I can get the marks also. So this was one way to create a tuple and to access the tuple. Now we will talk about another data type, data container. It is set. So what is a set in Swift? Set is a collection of data which only holds the unique values. So we cannot insert duplicates in a set. And set is basically used to store the unique elements, and it is used to find if the element is inside the collection or not. So let's just create a set. In order to create a set, we do something like var. Let's just say I'm creating a set of fruits, and we have to specify the type. So we do something like this. I'm creating a set of string. Now here I am adding the apple 2 times. So let's just print the set and see what values it contain. So here I can see orange, banana and apple. So we can clearly see that it only holds unique elements. Now, how to insert more elements to a set? It is pretty easy. We can do something like fruits.insert and we can add a new member. And let's just say I want to add grapes. Now when I will print the set, I will get grapes. All right. Now how to remove? Let's just say I want to remove banana. So I can do something like fruits.erase. Fruits.remove, sorry. I can do banana. B is capital. And I get orange, grapes and apple. Now let's just say I want to check that if a value is there or not. So I can simply do like if fruits dot contains apple, or let's just say fruits dot contains banana. B is capital. Print banana is found, else print not found. So I am getting not found. If I comment this, then I will get banana is found. So these were the basic operations of a set. With this, I am ending this tutorial and I will see you guys in the next tutorial. In this tutorial, we saw many containers that are offered by Swift. So in the next video, we will talk about something else, and I am thinking of what to cover in the next video. So till then, bye bye. Happy learning.